What's going on, guys? Welcome back to TFD. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this channel, hit that bell notification so you don't miss another banger. And I'm back again, and oh boy, do we have something to talk about. The Indiana Fever went out to Las Vegas and flat out embarrassed the defending champs. Hands, feet, elbows, knees, toes, it didn't matter, belt to ass all night long. That's right, the Fever dragged the Las Vegas Aces on their own floor. For this one, you already know, we gotta take the trip to Vegas. Because what we witnessed was not just a win, it was a statement. It was pain, it was punishment, it was disrespect on every level. The Indiana Fever checked in, saw the slot machines, rolled the dice, and left the Aces bankrupt. Oh, it's on, and I'm on. Call security, call MGM, call the strip. All of y'all saw the Indiana Fever turn Vegas into their personal playground. A'ja Wilson? Yeah, I said it. Exposed. The so-called MVP, walking around like the crown belongs to her? Not tonight. Tonight, she got cooked. Tonight, she looked like the player on the wrong side of history. She got hit with every crossover, every rebound, every shot straight down her throat. You know what this was? This was payback. Belt to A'ja Wilson. This was for all those bogus foul calls. All those whistles the refs blow in her favor? Not tonight. Chelsea Gray? That one's for you running like you're carrying a piano on your back. You're not the point guard anymore, you're done. Outplayed in every single way. And Becky Hammon? Oh, Becky Hammon, I got something for you too. This one's for running your mouth, sneaking shots at the Indiana Fever instead of keeping it coaching. You said the format shouldn't change, you said the Fever didn't deserve the spotlight. Well, now the spotlight is on you holding an L so big it lit up the Vegas Strip. Caitlin Clark was supposed to be injured, right? That's what y'all talked about. That's what y'all preyed on. But the rest of this team, they came out swinging. They put the battery on their backs and went nuclear. The Fever pulled up and they didn't just win, they dominated. They broke the Aces down brick by brick. This was an ass whooping for the ages. Let's call it what it was. Belt to ass, belt to pride, belt around the whole Vegas franchise. MVP? Nah, more like envy. Because deep down, all of y'all know there was only one real MVP on the court tonight, and her name wasn't A'ja Wilson. The Aces? Maybe they had the names, maybe they had the hype. But the Indiana Fever had the fight. And watching this game, I came away thinking, honestly, the Atlanta Dream looked like a better team than this version of the Aces. People forget, this Aces squad was a mess for most of the regular season. Bad chemistry, ugly basketball, drama everywhere. Then they made that little late push. That same push that, surprise, handed A'ja Wilson her MVP title. Notice the quotes. Now after this? After belt to ass on your own home floor? Voters, fans, the whole WNBA nation is sitting back, scratching their heads, asking themselves one question. Are the Indiana Fever the new standard? Because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, they sure looked like it. Oh, this is about to be a good one, y'all. We're about to have some real fun with this one. Let's jump right in, baby. Let's talk about it. A'ja Wilson got put on blast. Exposed. 6 for 22 from the field. 6 for 22 for what? Let's do the math. Only 16 points on 22 shots. That's rough. Only 5 free throw trips. She hit 4 out of 5 from the line, but honestly, that's not what superstars do. Exposed tonight, I'm telling you. If you're not sending A'ja Wilson to the stripe over and over, it's just not the domination everyone's been screaming about. The hype does not match up tonight. But let's talk about who did deliver. Kelsey, Pistol, Mitchell. Step right up. Kelsey Mitchell. Just blazing out there. Dare I say, best 2 guard in the W? Best shooting guard in the league, period. Mitchell came out torching. 12 for 23, dropped in 4 of 6 from deep, hit everyone at the line, 6 for 6. Racked up 34. 34 points. People, what are we talking about? You know what that is. A statement game. Odyssey Sims was cooking too. Showed up. Delivered 17 points, dropped 3 dimes, grabbed 2 boards, kept her nose clean, 1 turnover, hardly any fouling. Straight plus 20 out there tonight. That's a hustle stat line. Complete domination. Lexi Hull came in, played her role, 6 points, grabbed a couple of boards, 2 assists, stuffed a shot. Locked in on defense. Literally everywhere, filling up lanes. Aaliyah Boston didn't score boatloads, just 6 points, but man, monster presence on the glass. Grabbed 11 boards, spread the love with 5 assists. Didn't need her to score big tonight because everyone did their jobs. And don't forget Natasha Howard. She came through with 12 points, 11 rebounds. Teaming with Boston and Turner off the bench, just smothered Aja Wilson on defense. All they needed to do, don't foul, just contest, make Aja take contested looks, force her to keep jacking up shots. She's going to keep forcing it regardless. Yeah, man, what a showing from the Indiana Fever. That was impressive. That was tough. No way around it, no excuses. They went into Vegas and handled business. Natasha Howard? Super efficient. 4 for 5, steady, locked in, doing exactly what she's supposed to do. Meanwhile, the so-called MVP? The most valuable peon? 6 for 22. 27% from the field. You can't win like that. Now, she did manage to pull off what I like to call the Angel Reese special, a double-double in a losing effort. 16 points, 13 boards, but in a game where it really didn't matter. And let's talk about Nalissa Smith for a second. She was technically in the game. I checked, the box score confirmed it, but her impact? Non-existent. Jackie Young? 19 quiet points. So quiet I didn't even realize she scored them until I saw the numbers after. Chelsea Gray? Forgettable. 13 points, 5 of 12 from the floor. Nothing that moved the needle. Now, Dana Evans, she stood out. She gave the Aces a spark, drove to the rim, picked up an and one, but then twisted her ankle on the play. That was tough to watch. But here's the deal. The Fever bent, but they never broke. The Aces tried to make that push in the third quarter, went on a 10-1 run, dropped 28 in the frame, and the Fever still answered. That's where this game was won. They took the hit, withstood it, and punched right back. And now? Things are interesting. Really interesting. The Fever just proved they can win in Vegas, which flips this whole series on its head. Personally, I like their chances. This roster might look patched together with injuries and adjustments, but matchup-wise, I don't think this is the nightmare everyone thought it would be. Honestly, the Atlanta Dream scared me more than this Aces squad. Now, don't get me wrong, Vegas could still come out and bury Indiana the rest of the way. They've got the talent to do it. But right now, when I line up these players side by side, I'm not convinced the Aces have the edge. One last thing though, and I hate to call out one of our own, but Aaliyah Boston? 29 minutes, 6 points. That's unacceptable. No world exists where Aaliyah Boston shouldn't be putting up at least 14 to 16 a night, minimum. We've seen her aggressive before, and when she plays like that, the Fever become a whole different beast. She's got to bring that version of herself every single game. We got to talk about Stephanie White, man. Coach Steph has been flat out brilliant. I'll admit it, earlier this year, I wasn't sure. Some of the moves, some of the lineups, it just wasn't working. But now, somebody got in her ear, or she just flipped that switch, because this is a whole different Fever team. The way they walked into Vegas and smacked the Aces around, that's coaching. Straight up. Defense on point, offense clicking, rotations perfect. Stephanie White should have been Coach of the Year. No doubt. This was a masterclass. She fixed it, turned it around, and the team is locked in. We dominated, out-rebounded them, forced turnovers, won the fast break battle 15-9. And we're not even known for running like that anymore. Everybody contributed, and the players I told y'all would be non-factors for Vegas? Non-factors. Period. This was belt-to-belt domination. Becky Hammon better make some calls, because if not, the Aces are in trouble. Real trouble. I smell a sweep. Brooms out. I don't even see them winning a game. Stephanie White, I gotta give you flowers. Respect where it's due. This was a statement win for the Fever. Get down in the comments, let me know what y'all think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel.
got one. Woo! Sounds in the chat. Oh!
That's one. I'm just so proud of with this group is it doesn't matter who's on the floor. It doesn't matter who's on our roster. They give each other the freedom to be themselves. They empower one another to be themselves and to be the best version of themselves. And every time we've had a change, every time we've brought someone in, every time we've had rotational changes, they're for each other. They live the we over the me. And when you have that, it just gives you opportunities to do really special.
Steph always cries on camera, but like I never had a coach. Like I cry off camera because like I really never truly had like, you know, the company, the culture, the organization that I have like been surrounded by the last couple of years. It's big for us because I've never had that. I've never seen it. And so to feel value and to feel like somebody's pouring into me and seeks out my value, like it's everything to me because I'm a loyal person and my loyalty is in my character. It's something I truly value, and to know people believe in me, like y'all gotta know what that feel like because it was a for a long time nobody did, and my dad was the only one. So when you lose somebody and then you find somebody else that can replace that, it's big for me. So.
Man, it looked like Becky Hammon was not happy at all with A'ja Wilson after that performance in Game 1. Guys, for this one, we gotta take it straight out to Vegas, and I can't even lie, I probably shouldn't be laughing, but this is funny. They rolled out the red carpet for A'ja Wilson. MVP presentation, bells, whistles, the whole 9 yards. And then, she goes out there and completely lays an egg. Played horribly bad. On your MVP night? Come on now. That's supposed to be your moment, and instead it turned into a nightmare. Now compare that to Kelsey Mitchell. Remember, she was one of the 5 players in the MVP conversation, and honestly, the way she's been hooping lately, she looks like the best damn player in the entire league right now. Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson couldn't buy a bucket, and Becky Hammon's face on that sideline told the whole story. She was hot. She looked embarrassed with the way the Aces got smacked by the Fever. And the craziest part? Kelsey Mitchell straight up sonned A'ja Wilson in her own building. Went in the locker room, grabbed the belt, wrapped it around her hand, and bent Wilson over for a good old-fashioned hoopin'. That's what it looked like on that court today. I'm done talking. Let's roll the footage of Becky Hammon's reaction.
We can catch up with her pace.
I think that I've heard you talk about this before, but like your team's ability to handle a game where A'ja is not able to like dominate, where would you rank your level of concern surrounding that, and how do you guys kind of fix that?
It's not necessarily my level of concern. I know we're capable, but not when we play like that. You know, God forbid A'ja doesn't drop 40 for us. But we had 12 assists tonight in 40 minutes, 12, and 12 turnovers. But you could start on the defensive end. I mean, clearly we had no answer for Mitchell. Couldn't even attempt to slow her down a little bit. I thought it was really poor, really poor.
Becky, all that being said, is there maybe something to be said for the fact that it looked like at times your team was getting some shots and they were just rattling in and out? There were shots that seemed like that they've been falling and they just didn't.
Yeah, well, there's those shots, and then there's the layups that we missed. I mean, we at least missed 9, maybe 10. I know we had about 6 or 7 at halftime, and the trend kind of continued of missing layups. So, I mean, it's potentially 20 points on the board. Even with that being said, our problem was on the defensive end, and then not moving the ball at all on the offensive end. It was, we'll have a talk about it.
You brought up Kelsey Mitchell, but what about the way she was playing today made it so difficult for you guys to slow her down? Or what about the way you guys couldn't defend her was the issue?
Well, one, she made every freaking shot, it seemed like. Long twos, short twos, threes, get the free throw line. You know, she had a hot night, and we let her get going. I mean, she had 17 at half and continued that into the second half. Now, it's a little bit of a combination. You can't ask any one person to guard her. It takes multiple actions and multiple bodies. But I thought in the second half, I just felt like our physicality and our pursuit was not there. Like, we died on screens. You have to have second and third efforts. Even if you know you might be beat, you still have to try hard to get back into the play. And I don't think we tried hard in that category.
Coach, you had mentioned that you guys were trying to throw in some new wrinkles on the defense, and maybe you'd see what it looked like and then potentially switch. Like, did you even see them try to execute those things? Or
Yeah, and when we did, it wasn't too bad. As the game progressed, I thought it got progressively worse. To eventually where, I went with a really small lineup because we needed to score some points. So I just put our best offensive team out there. We get it to 5 and then just, don't handle that success well and go back to what got us, in the hole. So, we got to be able to generate some offense when A is having a rough night, but we can do that better with ball and body movement. I thought we were just ultra stagnant tonight, offensively.
speaking of Asia's off night, what would you attribute that to?
I think she just missed. Honestly, she had a lot of great looks. She just missed, and that happens. Even the greatest players have nights off, like where they miss. So I'll tell you that she doesn't normally lay 2 stinkers in a row. She's somebody who bounce back, makes the adjustments, but it's on the rest of us to kind of give her support, on a night maybe when it's not going in. But I thought she had some good looks. I thought all of us had some decent looks. I mean, like I said, the layups at the beginning, I mean, those are like momentum breakers in a bad way, when it's like those shots were used to going in, and they just didn't go in. Like some great looks, to your point, Willie, in and out ones, they didn't go in. And it kind of was a snowball effect of those kinds of plays.